Get things rolling here tonight. First serve upcoming in Miami. The 6-3 Hurricanes, the 3-8 Dolphins. Svak going to set up Grieve on the outside. The Dolphins keep it alive, looking on the pipe and into the net, and the Hurricanes take the first one of the night.
Nice hit by Angie Greaves after a pass that she could have probably angled a little bit more, but still a good one. Check this jump serve by the Puerto Rican sensation, this freshman out of Aguada, Puerto Rico, Grace Lopez. And I jinxed her, but she has a whip with that serve. Serves it pretty consistent, lots of spin, and her being a lefty, that very awkward angle from 5 to 5.
The Aaliyah Hines, the middle blocker, back to serve for the Dolphins. Freshman out of Germany. A couple of very talented freshmen on the court tonight.
Yes, sir. Great serve on one leg. Trouble.
In system for the Dolphins. On the quick attack, kept alive by the freshman Lopez. On the overpass, on the joust. On the outside, it's Erickson. Dug out by Moisio. There's Leo's first touch of the night.
Jacksonville has some very tall blockers. I mean, their outsides they're big. They can block. I just don't think they have found their rhythm. But they do have the talent to be where they are. I mean, it's a D1 school and with D1 talent.
A couple of 6'2", 6'3s for Jacksonville listed on the roster. You mentioned the height up front.
Starting with the German that actually just threw the ball into the net right now. Pretty tall, too. It's a curious way of serving. When you see international players, sometimes they have different techniques. She does it on 1 foot, pretty efficient still.
Grieve back at the service line on the float. On the backside, rejected by Leo and Anderson.
Nice job of Anderson there. Janice, obviously, it'll always help her to have somebody that can mark where she's supposed to, so a good job by Naya. Also with that reference there on the block. Seemed like the block was really high on that hit, or the hitter, the right side hitter, number 22, wasn't really as high, Maya Robinson.
That's Janice Leo's specialty on the defensive end. 438 of them over her career. Kept alive by Jacksonville.
That's a double.
Vach on the dump. You didn't see this one coming. Savannah Vach dumps it over on the sneak attack.
And even less two-handed dump. That's a beauty. Yep. And they even jumped on her, but people sometimes don't understand that Savannah's a great athlete, and she's a great leaper, too.
Hurricanes with an early 4-2 advantage. Erickson just going to tap it over to Anderson. Dug out by the Dolphins. It's Erickson again.
Good defense.
Anderson sent back at the front. Lopez on the backside, just put it wide.
I love, there's some great things happening, even though the match is just 4-3. Every time that the setter is about to touch the ball, you see all the hitters from UM just attacking. They're just coming forward.
Callie Kaysen into the match. Freshman from Ohio, back to the service line.
Oh, what a great play and an awesome block there on layout by number 19, Lyric Love. That's the best name I've seen in a very long time.
It's about as good as it gets. Lyric Love singing her song.
Yep.
And an ace.
Ball is in. Great job by the line judge there. I think that would have been an ace anywhere in the world.
An early impact for Callie Kaysen. Her 4th ace of the season. And an early 5-4 advantage for the Dolphins. Leo on the backside. Too strong off the block. A point for the Canes.
I truly think this is probably the best version I've seen of the Canes in at least 3 to 4 years. Probably I think I'll have to go back to the Olga years to give you a team that's as deep and it has so much offense as this one. Haley Templeton, what a stud setter.
Look what I found.
Incredible.
on the overpass.
You keep telling your blockers all the time that they're always thinking about blocking. The first thing that actually can happen, it's an overpass. You should always be ready for the overpass, then you think about blocking.
Well, you mentioned Haley Templeton. Savannah Vach took over the reins of the setting duty over the last 5 years.
By the way, ridiculously good, too. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Savannah.
Two of the best setters in program history for Miami and an easy point for the Hurricanes.
Very good, both of them. Different styles. Haley being a lefty. Different set. I think Savannah runs a faster offense. Haley had very nice hands. Both of them awesome.
On the outside, and a point for Jacksonville. It's McNamara finding the corner.
Really good play. Textbook. Just hit it deep. She found that short diagonal there. Yeah. Libero went in a bit. She didn't read off the block. She just made her 3 steps, and that's that.
Ika in to serve on the deep ball. Anderson on the roll. Tipped over, and they'll...
Whoops. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, that just didn't look that well. I don't know if she went under the net, she stepped on it. But I think it's going to be super tough for her to go like, I was playing wonderful, and then this happens, but it's life. It's called life, and it is what it is.
Our
She'll
thoughts
be
and
fine.
prayers
She's a young
again
player.
with her and her family.
Thankfully, like I
time.
said, Mom and Dad were here.
Yep.
It's good to have them there in those moments. And we're back.
Miami up 8-7. Heredia Cologne floats it over. Off the block. It's Vach on the set. Finds Lopez, but it's sent right back by Hines.
And that's a really good block. Everybody went there to scream and the block. I will do the Michael Jordan with that one. I'll take it personal. I don't want to scream at this. Give me the next one.
It was Hines and McNamara. Rockison too strong. It'll be interesting to see how that layoff affects these two teams. Of course, probably more emotionally than physically after some warm-up time.
Yep. Neilani Feliciano, sophomore, libero and DS to serve for the Canes.
On the backside on the slide, kept alive by the Hurricanes.
Yeah, by miracle, but it's up.
Rockison tipped over. Feliciano lays out. A free ball for Jacksonville. On the outside, it's McNamara. Heredia Cologne, her first touch, and
What
puts
an
it
arm.
down.
And she stares at the other side. Like I said, there's been a lot of talking going back and forth. The Dominican letting her know. Let me see if we can see the look. That was a great defensive play.
It was
Now
the
watch her
effort
after.
from
Watch her after.
Feliciano to keep it alive.
Boom, there's a stare.
Little stare down.
Yeah, you're talking too much for my taste. Here you go.
McNamara on the tip.
Got away with very easy shot there. Subs for both teams. Sienna Tejada coming in. It's just a common sub. I mean, she ain't coming in. It's just subbing because it's not the libero. Number 5 coming in for Jacksonville, Anna Erickson.
Vach on the outside to Grieve. Kept alive by the Dolphins. Here's Erickson on that touch, but denied by Lopez.
I don't think they enjoyed that scream earlier on.
Seems the celebration after the resumption got the Hurricanes fired up a little bit.
When they become excessive, it becomes personal. Overpass.
Rockison able to tip it back, and they're going to say a back row attack.
Setter is back, number 16. They are running a 6-2. So obviously, the moment that the ball is there, she takes offense. It's an illegal attacker.
So you get a setter that's, 5'3", 5'4". They might not be able to jump over the net.
Yes.
You have a setter that's 6 foot. They're over. And
that's
an
an ace.
And some momentum for the Hurricanes, up 13-9.
You see the Canes bench like, yeah, you want a little fight, we'll give you one. And now celebrations are back and forth.
A 3-0 burst for the Hurricanes, as a little important, missing the ball to get things back underway for this next point.
Yes, actually it was next to the cheerleaders and letting them know that, yeah, we don't need it there.
Grace Lopez, the freshman sensation. Denied by Leo. Erickson. Lopez got a touch, but the Hurricanes can't keep it up.
Nice hit there through the hands. Defense couldn't handle it.
First kill of the day for Anna Erickson. Leader of the pack for this Dolphins club. Over 100 kills already this season.
Leah Hines to serve. Shank pass. Ford sets it.
And
good
denied
block
at the net.
Nice
Sent back.
Huge block, number 19, Lyric Love.
Second block of the day for Lyric Love in his first set.
On those balls, you got a tool. You got to find a way. You just can't hit it straight into the net. I mean, the block is there waiting for you. You don't have a choice.
Energy starting to pick back up inside the Knight Sports Complex. On the tip, kept alive by Love, but no one there to help her out.
They dug it well, but the one-handed dig came all the way back into the net. And Degrees have been on fire since last night.
Couple of kills already in the early going for Grieve.
Shank pass.
Here's Erickson off the top tape, and they're going to say a touch.
Yeah, she tooled a little bit there against Savannah back.
Kaysen into the match, back to serve. Saw her that first rotation as well. Freshman defensive specialist on the float. Moisiota Vach, tipped by Leo, kept alive by the Dolphins. On the quick attack, it's Love.
Nice defense. Oh.
Didn't see that one coming. Heredia Colon just knocked it with the side of her hand.
I don't think she saw it coming either. She went, well, what can I do with this one? I'll punch it. Yep. But it works, and it's a timeout. The Canes up by 3, 15-12.
Well, they went on a little bit of a run after the resumption of play, and it was Fleur Marie Heredia Colon sparking that last little burst.
Yeah, she's playing for Nia Anderson, so I think that best honor you can give her is I'm going to take her spot, and I'm going to do a really good job with it and get the W.
Ilana Moisio, the libero, back to serve for the Hurricanes. Rockison on the slide to Love. Dug
nice
out.
Slide. We've been having trouble with that slide, and when I mean we, I mean, UM has had a whole bunch of issues trying to block that slide.
Well, we highlighted Anna Erickson at the top. Well, Lyric Love has stolen the show for the Dolphins in this first set.
Bad pass.
Heredia Colon off the block, kept alive, and a free ball for the Hurricanes. On the pipe, it's Grieve.
What a nice set. That's a great set. Towards the pipe. See how she faces forward, and then she lets it go. Pretty well hidden, and she's been hitting one with that pipe consistently. Right in the gap between 6 and 1.
Season high 23 kills. Last night, 22 kills in the opener today. McNamara finds the hardwood.
Yeah, maybe, like I said, that short diagonal, due to the system, and it happens a lot when you follow gold middle square. They tell you to get 3 steps inside, and they stop the reading And sometimes when they hit that short diagonal there, you have no choice. You cannot come back from it.
Nika, the libero, back to serve.
Good pass.
It's
Nice
Tejada
hit.
who finds the backside.
It's great news to have Sienna Tejada being in the mix. She's a hard-working kid. She's always had the talent. Good to know she's getting her chance and her reps.
Rockison sets on the outside. McNamara dug out by Moisio. Tejada just going to tip it over. McNamara again. Kept alive.
And that's a good play on the net. Free ball.
Grieve, but denied at the front by Hines.
They were waiting for her there. She hit straight into the block. Block was waiting on her. They knew. They closed the door there on that diagonal. Like I said, when you have that tight block right there, you just cannot challenge it sometimes, even though blocking is part of the game, but you can tool. There's a lot of stuff you can do with the ball.
Rock goes to Lopez. The southpaw just
Out of
too strong.
bounds. She mishit there a bit. A lot of unforced errors. That's why it's so tight. I think Miami's the better team by at least 7 to 8 points, without any disrespect towards Jacksonville, but too many unforced errors.
Hurricanes just hitting 037 so far. 7 attack errors.
By the way,
77 for
I
Jacksonville.
was about to say that forced errors are on both sides. Feliciano coming in to serve for Tejada.
We mentioned it in the first match today. Feliciano, Moisio
Yep.
kind of traded off the libero defensive specialist roles.
If you want to start, you need to perform in practices or games, and that's that. No freebies.
McNamara gets it through the block.
Lots of tooling by Jacksonville. They see that high block there, they're using it. See that play? High block, nice block. On the next one, you go, let me hit it really deep, see if I can get some kind of hands in there.
McNamara now with 4 kills and another mistake by the Dolphins.
Back to back.
(19-17) lead for Miami in this first set.
They need this jumper inside, and it is.
Leao kept alive by Jacksonville.
So mishit that free ball.
Here's Erickson, denied
block.
by Leao.
Gonna try to go line, watch.
Back to Erickson.
There you go.
Rock goes to the outside. Grieve on the tip. Leao.
Bit of luck
Here's
there.
Erickson one more time.
Good
Lopez
defense.
digs it out.
Oh,
And
nice
off the
touch.
block. A point for the Canes.
Very smart. Angie has it. He has what it takes to hit that line. Like I said, they're waiting for her. You know, that's a setup play. You need to go for that line shot. That's what you need to do. Second timeout, last timeout. NC State, I'm telling everyone, put your eyes on NC State with 10-1.
Rockison goes to the pipe on the tip.
Nice read.
Chance for Jacksonville to set things up. Hines,
That ball
dug
should
out
have
by
gone to
Lopez.
Greaves. There you go.
Grieve, dug out by the Dolphins. It's Erickson.
That's too easy.
Lopez. Good defense shown on display by Jacksonville.
Good digs from
Sets
both
it high
sides.
upside to
Off the
Grieve.
hands and the screen by Angie. See if we can see the end of that play. Look at that scream. Ref can actually tell her not to scream at the player, but I love it when she does it. There's the scream right there.
She's got 5 kills already in this first set. Erickson
Nice
puts
hit.
it down.
I would have done a bit of screaming there too to get it back, to season it up.
Alan, you strike me as the guy that likes to dish it, but you know it's coming back and you got to take it.
You know it, my friend. And if you start the screaming, I'll make sure I'll end it. It's another unwritten rule.
Julia Desai into the match for the first time today. Grieve just puts it wide.
Too sharp there with that angle. The sharper the angle, the less court you find. Thanks to the internet, we've been watched at this moment in Argentina. So a shout out to Coach Carlos Cardona, whose daughter is the #1 offensive player in the nation, Julia Cardona, who plays for Evansville in Indiana.
Lopez off the block and a point for Miami.
Great hit. By the way, Coach Carlos didn't understand a single word because his English is as good as our Spanish sometimes. So Carlito. He used to coach Coach Keno when Coach Keno played as a professional player too, and the daughter having a great season this year.
Grieve on the float. Rocketson goes to the backside. And a point for Jacksonville.
That's a
as
ball
the
she
Dolphins
would like
with their
to
back
have.
against the wall.
Whenever as a defender, and you know this, you were early barrel, whenever they touch your hands, you know that's one you should have picked up. She would love to have it back, maybe a little bit more of an angle to face that hitter. Pretty easy from here.
Nika into the match. She'll serve for the Dolphins. Heredia Cologne, dugout. Tipped at the net.
And
And
touch.
they're going to say a touch and a point for
It was
Jacksonville.
good call by the line judge there. Sharp.
Well, you put it anywhere near Lyric Love at the net, and she won't waste a chance.
No, she's there to swing. She knows it. And a touch by Leo. Good job by the line judge, Marrero.
22-21 in this first set, and Kaysen an unforced error. The 5th service error for Jacksonville in this first set.
That's way too much for one set.
It's going to keep Maggie Johnson up at night.
Should be not a free ball. It's a great swing there.
Back to Erickson again. Dug out by Grieve. Heredia Cologne.
Whoa. Breaking the block off the hands. And there's got to be some kind of trash talk from Jacksonville also, because I just cannot believe that. Look at Floor with the stare and the stuff. And then Angie also, many of these things happen and they will go unnoticed. Not you or me will know, but they surely know.
Well, with the Hurricanes, 1 point.
Girls, you need to play your team against good competition. It just prepares you for everything. So I think it's a great job by Coach Keno on all the good programs. This started with Pittsburgh and a whole bunch of other people from the ACC understanding that they needed to go somewhere else for these matches. So whatever is good, people should follow.
Set point for Miami, up 24-21. Moisio to serve for the Hurricanes, the sophomore from Illinois. On a bad pass,
That's
a
that.
service ace for the Canes, and they take set 1, 25-21.
I think women's volleyball is moving to be played the same as men's, and that's where you're seeing more serves and more hitting from the back row too.
Rocketson sets up Erickson, dug out by Heredia Cologne. Grieve
Off the hands and a little screen there by Grieve.
saw plenty of passion the second part
Yes.
of that first set.
You know what I'm thinking? These are two teams from Florida, and some of these players, I'm actually checking. This is not a guess. Some of them play together or against in club, so they know each other. So this is why you're listening to this. The moment you get to know each other, maybe a little bit of, old school riff, club riff, which stays with you. So that this could be it.
It's Love looking for the line.
She couldn't see it. They're gonna call it in.
And it looked like it was in. Our official on the line didn't see it. Gave the signal right away.
Karen Harper, she did the right thing. When you don't see it, that's it. I didn't see it. It came too strong. Sometimes, obviously, as a human being, you feel that the ball is coming at you, so you turn. But head referee said that he saw it, so It was the right call, by the way.
Nika on the serve. Tight to the tape. Rock keeps it alive, but outside the antenna.
That was a good serve. Wasn't handled, but I don't think Angie was expecting that ball to come so fast.
Nika, the sophomore libero, staying home to play her volleyball in Jacksonville, and another service ace.
Lots of speed by number 20, Christina Nika, sophomore from Jacksonville.
One of just 3 players for the Dolphins from the Sunshine State. Rock chases it down. Grieve goes to the outside, dug out by the Dolphins. It's McNamara, and they're going to say it went long.
Yeah, it touched
but they're going to say a touch.
Jacksonville jumping early, 4-1 lead.
Saw Miami in control in that first match today. Obviously a tightly contested first set here in the nightcap.
That's another overpass.
It's outside to Grieve, who slams it home.
I don't think down ref has noticed the talking back and forth. By the way, it's not supposed to happen, even though I enjoy it a lot.
You know, it's one of those sports that you really feel like sportsmanship is at an all-time high. A lot of class, a lot of high fives, you know, before the start of a match, at the end, right at the net.
You know what? That usually in volleyball starts the moment that they become professionals. But still at college, I don't think they understand the culture. Internationally, the moment you talk to one side, you're gonna get talked back for sure. That's an unwritten rule.
Rockeson with 12 assists so far, sends it over.
Nice dig by Vika again.
It's McNamara, dug out by Heredia Cologne. Defense on full display for these two sides.
Another touch, another point for Jacksonville.
And a big-time fist bump from Nika at the end of that one. See if you see this one, Alan.
Yeah, but the moment you turn, it's good. When there it's not good is when you talk to the other side. You're able to talk and then do whatever you want to do. I think that for rosters, I'm gonna have an observation for you. Every time I see a roster, it makes me laugh a bit because they put the high school. And I'll tell you why that doesn't quite work in volleyball, same as in football.
Rockeson sets to the outside. McNamara off the block and a point for Jacksonville.
Having a party there, hitting on that left side. In football, there's no clubs. So players, you need to go see them there. Pretty much in high school, I will say that they still go and check you out on if you play on your high school. But in volleyball, nobody goes to high school to see where they are. This is about clubs.
Heredia Cologne just wide.
Too many mistakes, and Jacksonville on the run. It's going to be tough for the Canes to actually make up. It's a 5-point lead right there.
8-3 advantage for the Dolphins. Hurricanes hitting near that 100 mark. Heredia Cologne right into the block.
Jacksonville rolling.
A burst here for the Dolphins. Maybe some spunk and a spark for the visitors.
The bench looks a little bit out of control for my taste, but yeah, play on and do what you have to do.
Heredia Cologne silences it.
But she's talking back, and now the ref will talk to her. This is a great, I would love to see this. They didn't start the screaming, but now that she went like, shut up, now she gets called for it. Referees both missed at least. How many times have I said that? We're talking back and forth.
6 or 7, right?
Yeah, so put your eyes on the game. Come on.
Heredia Cologne did lift her hand up to the official.
I used to raise mine too, and then I'll scream back if they're screaming at me too.
Leah Hines back to serve. for the Dolphins. Still hasn't gotten involved too much on the attack for Jacksonville. Lopez right off the body, and a point for the Canes.
Something happened here because this has become personal.
There's a switch around that 10-point mark in the first set, and we've seen it ever since. Miscommunication for the Dolphins, a point for Miami. It's now 17 combined attack errors between the two sides.
Tooling off the hands. Number 22, Mia Robinson.
Callie Payson in for Robinson. And she gets some high fives coming off the court.
Down by 5. They need to come up with something.
Payson on the float. It's Vok to Tejada. Rockison sets outside on the tip from Erickson. Go on the backside to Love.
They've been moving actually just to get a block. Coach Keno switched there, Grace Lopez, to block on the as an outside, but she couldn't.
It's the slide right here from Lyric Love. Jacksonville doubling up Miami.
Great serving by Jacksonville in this set.
Already a Cologne off the hands. Well, floor's been a bit of a spark for Miami.
Yes.
After coming in for Nia Anderson.
As a fellow Caribbean, I'll tell you that blood is pretty hot.
She's got 5 kills since coming in off the bench. Love on the backside. Tipped and a point for Jacksonville.
Win or lose, the Canes need to figure out some better blocking from their outsides on that slide. I don't think I've seen one single block on one slide in 3 matches.
Vok finds Lopez. Dug out.
Nice dig.
McNamara kept alive by Tejada. Reeve right into the block. Another chance for her.
Nice
this time
tip.
she goes with the tip, and that does the trick.
I mean, I know these are still young players, even though this is college, but after 2 blocks, you should expect that tip.
Pulling out all the tools in the box is Angie Grieve. McNamara right into the block. Nice job by the freshman Lopez to keep it alive. It's Love again on the slide. Went to the line.
There. Yeah, it was by Graves.
Oh, but they're going to... There you are, Alan.
Yes, really good at nets. What in the angle that we have, I'm watching the block all the time, and UN block is going way over the net without pressing those hands over, and they've been late or super high when those balls are not passing that high.
A free ball for Jacksonville. On the slide, Hines. And a little 18-8 in this second set. And this is really the opportunity, Alan, if Miami's going to make a run right here, this is it before the Dolphins go really in control.
For sure, but let's talk about Jacksonville. Great serving starting by that libero, which leads to predictable offense and leads to great blocking. So that's what's happening right now. As you can see, another great serve.
Grieve goes cross. Jacksonville runs it down. A free ball for the Hurricanes. It's Leal, and she just finds the line.
I think they need to feed her some more. I think that's a big mismatch for the Canes. I think Leal should be commanding on a one-on-one situation against their middle, so when that ball gets there, use her.
Did not play in the first match today, and another error for the Hurricanes. Only the second service error for Miami. Of course, 11 on the attack. Saw a net violation as well.
Yeah. I saw rushing a bit. It's a freshman also, like, take your time, use the clock, breathe. Comfy, 7 points.
And they hand it right back.
That almost touched the libero.
Giveth and taketh right back, Alan.
That's how it goes. And he has a good serve.
You mentioned, Alan, when we went to break, 7 is usually that magic number on the errors.
Yes.
For a set. McNamara, dug out by Lopez off the block. Here's Grieve on the pipe.
There you go. Miami has the talent to make the comeback, though.
And it's now just a 5-point deficit for the Hurricanes after Angie Grieve's 9th kill.
I think that if the pace is a slow pace and they can actually, you know, just relax and slow down, things will get better for them. They got anxious.
To Hines, too long, too strong. And it's a 4-point second set.
2 more and they're in the match. Still, they have cut the lead.
Was a 7-point lead for the Dolphins at one point. Now down to 4.
Nice short serve. Loading on the outside. Some bad luck also for the Canes, to be honest. Another dump. Two-handed by Savannah Vac. That's the second one we've seen. Looks like she's going to set the ball. You're going to see the block there. And now she says, why not? Boom. And now we have a match at 16-13. Coach Cano talking there to the Dominican outside for Maria Heredia. Are we telling this is what I see, it's what I want you to do. He doesn't look too happy there. It looks like one of those things that you've been telling a player for a long time and they still don't get it and you want to make sure that they get it.
For Miami, of course, a little tested on the outside without Nia Anderson the rest of the way. For Maria's made her impact felt off the bench with 5 kills, but can always be better. Never gonna be satisfied.
No, and then like I said, you're looking to improve them all the time. Maybe it's a situation that you think she hasn't gotten into her head, and you want to make sure she understands. So now the lead is just only 3 points. Just need to get it back. They're back in the match. Obviously, still a nice lead for Jacksonville. They need to start putting the points. When I talked about bad luck, that last play before that two-handed dump by Savannah Vac could have been a stop block anywhere. Like, they had the ball and it went straight down. Somebody pushed it up. Like, some of those plays happen, but sometimes when teams get streaky, they just start lifting balls and digging with one hand. All of a sudden, they set it with the nose and it comes out great. Crazy stuff starts to happen. So let's see if Miami can get some groove back to take care of his second set after being down by 7 points.
A 4-0 run for Miami. Only a 3-point deficit for the Hurricanes. It's been Grieve the spark.
3 hitters. Let me see if they're moving the right side. No, they left her there.
Rockison on the outside to McNamara, and the block was just pushed wide.
A little bit late for Janice Leao. She didn't have any time to actually square those hands back into the court. The ball went out of bounds. Good hit. But if she's there, you need to hit. You need to swing really high and really hard. Otherwise, you're gonna eat it.
Every bit of 6'3".
Yep.
Extends the arms over normally. And I'll call a net violation.
Yeah, a little bit tight
on Heredia Cologne.
And that could be the set, to be honest.
Well, if Miami gets that point, it'd be 17-14. Instead, it's 18-13 in favor of the Dolphins.
Takes momentum. Coach Kenna's wondering whether he can challenge if she went under or not. I think it was a pretty obvious one. Also, she hit the net also on the way down. I don't think it was a good one to actually double check. So
Rock goes to Greaves. Tight to the tape, and Leo slams it down.
Doing her job now, Feliciano. No, actually it's a sub because Tejada's coming in. Vero has been quiet. I think Milana Moisio has had 2 awesome matches. A little bit quiet. Let's see if she can make some noise now with that serve.
Rockison sets it into the middle. And a kill for Jacksonville.
Grace
It was
Lopez put the
Aaliyah
hands. Yeah, but still it was pounded by Hines, who's going to serve. Now they're going to actually sub her. Number 10 comes in for her. Julia de Sá, Brazilian outside senior from Rio de Janeiro.
Just the 16th set played by de Sá this season. Bach goes to Tejada.
Nice defense there in base.
It's Lopez on the backside.
With the whip. They were loading, expecting for Flor Marie to hit. I want you to see everybody, the middle didn't read. She moved the other way. So instead of reading, she tried to guess on that play. Flor Marie, Grace with a one-on-one situation there.
And a service ace for the Hurricanes.
Comeback.
And only a 3-point deficit.
Good rotation, blocking and offensively for the Canes with Siana, Heredia, and Lopez.
It was as many as 7 earlier in this set. Robinson on the tip.
That's a ball she could have pursued. I don't know why she didn't.
The first time all day in either match that the Hurricanes have trailed this late in a set.
Yeah, they pretty much need a miracle right now.
Kaysen over to Tejada, and she's
Nice
found
ball.
the corner. And they're going to overrule it and say a point for Jacksonville.
I will challenge that play if I was Coach Keno.
Our down referee pointed it in, overruled up top. No challenge and a point for the Dolphins. Lopez, a point for the Hurricanes. And don't count out Miami just yet.
Overrule that one. How do you put it down? Sometimes, as you can see, middles are not jumping on Siana Tejada there. I think they're making a big mistake there.
See if Miami goes to her when they get another chance. Erickson blocked at the net by Tejada.
Nothing says comeback more than a couple of blocks. Takes away the courage from hitters, makes them double think. She was trying to hit line there. Little bit of momentum now for the Canes.
Back-to-back points for Miami. It's
Nobody
Love,
blocked.
and again, make it 3 in a row for Miami. And the Hurricanes in striking distance.
And a very smart timeout by Maggie Johnson, I should say, from Jacksonville.
Well, just a 2-point cushion for Jacksonville, trying to keep this second set at bay.
Coach Cano, again, having a talk there also with both of his outsides. Like I said, he's looking for them to block that slide. He's looking for them to be aware of what he wants. Obviously, I have the advantage of watching videos. Both of them have been drifting way too much there. Sometimes they've been landing very close to the antenna or outside the antenna.
Final match of non-conference play for these two sides. Miami will open up ACC action Friday in Winston-Salem against Wake Forest. Jacksonville, they'll go to Fort Myers to take on FGCU. Some final tweaks before conference play gets rolling out. And,
Yes.
and that's when the fun and the meat of the potatoes of the season gets going.
I agree, and also when conference starts, they pretty much know each other. They know who they have. I mean, they've been playing for a long time, no surprises. Maybe everyone needs to check on the freshmen. I don't think nobody was counting on Grace Lopez, just to talk about the case of UM. And there's got to be a whole bunch of freshmen everywhere. You need to know who's starting, what are they doing. Even the way that they're playing, lots of pipe plays now by the Canes. Louisville, it's a team to watch. Georgia Tech, Pittsburgh, so many teams in the ACC, it's incredible. NC State, I'm saying it today. NC State, I think it's going to be one of the top teams.
21-19 in this second
that's an
set,
ace.
and an ace for the Hurricanes off the hand of Flor Marie Heredia Colon.
And they are back.
The Hurricanes trailed by as many as 7, now down by only 1.
Showing some character.
This latest scoring
That's
run,
out
a
of bounds.
5-0
She
run,
touched
and
it.
an ace.
That ball was going out by far, but libero.
A crucial mistake
That was going out
by Christina Nika. 21-21.
And now short, great
Make it
serving.
3 in a row and a 7-0 run for the Hurricanes and a 22-21 lead.
And now the issue for Jacksonville is what happens after being up by 7 and still losing this set. Well, like I said, if Miami can pull this one out, it's the mental issue you're going to have to deal with after. Short again.
Picking on Nika. This time she's got it. Blocked at the net. Rockison goes to Love. Denied. But a point for Jacksonville as they end the 7-0 burst.
See, they had almost had that block there. What a great set. Back and forth.
22 apiece. Vach to Grieve on the tip.
It's a free ball.
Chance for Miami. Vach back to Greaves. Pounds it off the top of the block. Rockison on the outside. The tip. And they'll call a net violation
On the hitter, on number 11.
Jacksonville. It's Jenna McNamara called for the error. Foot went just over that line right there.
Yeah, that's the rule. The moment it goes entirely over.
And if you're Maggie Johnson, we talked about use them or lose them. She's used them, but just a couple extra points to play that she's got to find a way.
I would have used it here. What's the worst case scenario? Take it as a free timeout.
Feliciano into serve for Miami.
I didn't get to see the replay, but actually the call is that she needs to be way over.
And a
Hit on
point
the head there.
for Jacksonville to tie it up.
I want to take a moment to say something that I think America should understand. The moment you hit a player, this is like tennis. You don't celebrate that. You raise your hand, and that's that. If you don't know it now. That's how it goes international. You don't celebrate that swing at all.
Vach sets Lopez, the
Off the
lefty,
hands.
off the hands, and it sets up set point for Miami.
I've been fighting with that for a long time. The moment you hit a player, you go like this, you turn, and that's that. Raise your hand.
Set point for Miami,
That's a bad toss.
24-23. Rockison goes to the outside. It's McNamara off the block and keeps it alive for the Dolphins.
Grace Lopez had an emergency there serving. Not too many people noticed when she was tossing the ball. It went elsewhere, and she just jumped and placed it in. Tied at 24.
Moisio to Vach. Vach to Lopez off the block, and a star is being born in Miami.
And this is only her first year. I cannot wait to see her when she gets a little bit stronger, when she starts hitting those weights. She's such a natural player. Played in Puerto Rico for a great coach, Angel Perez, who's coaching now professional ball here in the States in the Columbus Fury.
Miami trailed by as many as 7 in this second set. A chance to take set number 2. Lopez finds the hardwood. A 26-24 set 2 win for Miami.
What a great comeback. Mentally, a great one for them coming into the third. Let's see there, that whip going cross-court there for Grace Lopez out of Aguada, Puerto Rico.
Miami up 2-0 here in Coral Gables.
And the whole team showed up with great attitude. But let's see what Angie is doing. I mean, everything, even scoring off an overpass. 231 hitting percentage where she wants to be, and she's the whole package, as you can see. She hits it hard. Look at the pipe. She tips it. She has everything. You know, she has all the tools. She knows when to tip, when not to, when to hit line, when to use the hands. You see now a more seasoned player, not that freshman that came in thinking that just by hitting. I like the swag. I like the screaming in the net a lot, even though it's been taken care of. But I like her passion. I love how she plays. She is the leader of this team.
Over 50 kills in the 305 challenge for Angie already and counting. As we look at the numbers through the first two sets between these.
Into them starting this third set, like, we have you, and with a mental edge, like, knowing that you were 7 points ahead, you lost that lead, and I still beat you, it gets the players. It still does get the players.
It was 16-9 in favor of the Dolphins. A couple of different runs for the Hurricanes, and it was that final burst that we talked about sparked by Flor Heredia Colon.
Well, for sure, and then they did their blocking, they did their digging. It doesn't matter who you play. Whenever you're playing D1 ball, that's why you see upsets so often. This is the cream of the crop. This is the 3% of the players in the nation. Whereas on the other side, they can get streaky at any moment and things can change. You cannot go to bed with any team, even if your team is just a little bit ahead. Head referee talking to both captains. They didn't even pass the message, but pretty much you know what they were telling them, right?
Yep.
We need to stop the talking here in the net. And Savannah was pretty cool, and she said something. I would have said nothing to my team. Yes, he says that we should keep it up.
You know what the adjustment will be probably for both sides? Instead of screaming straight at the net, they'll turn around and scream.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way to go. You can scream all you want the moment you turn. The moment you don't turn, then it's issues, becomes personal, and you don't want to have issues. It's uncalled for. It's not part of the game. With seasoned players, with veterans, it's pretty cool because they understand that it's part of the game, but I don't think they understand that this young.
Underway in set number 3, the overpass, and Lyric Love does the damage.
For those young players watching, I always like to give some cues. Remember, when you're in the net blocking, the first thing you should be checking out for, it's he was going to challenge, but Savannah said something. You need to be ready for the overpass before you even talk about blocking. That happens first.
Rock goes to layout. Rockison sets up McNamara.
See if she got the touch.
And she did. A point for Jacksonville.
They're going to talk to the ref to see if that was actually a touch. What you usually do is you talk to the player and you ask them, did you touch the ball? And if she says no, then you challenge. And if she says, yes, I did, you don't challenge. Karen Harper, seasoned ref. She's stuck with the call.
Oh, and that's the conversation going on the Miami side.
He will.
Do we challenge it?
He will. He's going to challenge it. And why not? You have them there. Even though I love the attitude by the UN players, I don't know if you saw them, but they went, no, don't worry about it. We got it. But then he asked Grace Lopez for the play, and she said, I didn't touch it.
Alan, I want your thoughts on this in particular, and I'm not even talking about this individual play. Obviously, in volleyball, it's the flash of the green card, right? It's very subtle. You just put it up and you put it back down. In football, you get the red challenge flag. What do we think about a green flag going out there?
I don't think it'll hurt.
Some theatrics.
It'll make it nicer right away. By watching that review there's not a touch nearby. So let's double check.
Pretty cool angle from our camera crew.
That was a great angle.
Even seeing it off the replay monitor here. Miami took set 1, 25-21. Fought all the way back to take set 2, 26-24. And we had talked that maybe the Hurricanes would come out with a bit of an edge in set number 3. Jacksonville's got the first 2 at the moment.
Well, thank you guys so much. That's a great shot. And nobody touched that ball. That's it. That's that. Nobody touched it. And if they overruled this, I mean, to say that there was a touch,
Here's
they
a
need
closer
glasses. They need the glasses. Let me see. No touch. Not even close, by the way.
I think my favorite part of that shot,
Touch.
and you see it all with that. Our
See, the
camera crew
hands
got
are
it
the
all.
most passing here.
You see Jacksonville immediately signals touch, and Miami immediately signals out in unison.
Let me tell you, as somebody has been coaching for such a long time, we all try to do this, and we get it every once in a while. But replays exist, so Coach Keno will get the point, and he will still have another challenge for the play.
And they overturn it, and Miami gets the point.
Yes, it was. By this much, actually. She missed it by more than a foot.
So instead
1-1.
of 2-0, it is 1-1, and Grace Lopez, the freshman, back to serve for the Hurricanes. On the hopper.
That whip.
Rockison to Love. Kept alive by Vach. Grieve rolls it back. McNamara off the block. Calm from the Hurricanes.
That's a good
but
block
a point
there.
for Jacksonville.
Celebration.
A strong block by Jenna McNamara and Rebecca Rockison.
Lyric Love enjoying that too.
Now 5 blocks for the Dolphins. Christina Nika the libero. A strong serve to Lopez. It's handled. Serve back to Lopez. Here's Vach on the outside to Grieve. And a point for Miami.
I love Angie.
There's still some
She's
chatter
feisty.
going back.
Yeah, she had a few words, but she made him like kind of going sideways. I love it.
A little more subtle than before. And an ace for Miami.
There.
It's all about the subtleties. The 6th service ace for the Hurricanes today.
Nice
Short
short
float,
serve.
make it 7.
Mixing it up, making her serve. I mean, think what's going on here. One deep, one short. One of the oldest tricks in the book. One deep, one short. One deep, one short to get them off. Now she moves up. It'll be pretty interesting to send it deep to the libero. Let's see what she does. And the best play that can happen for Jacksonville. Ball goes into the net.
Easiest way to receive a serve.
Yep.
That brings Maya Robinson back into the match on the rotation.
Rebecca Rockison is serving, and she's the setter too.
Vach goes to Leo on the tip.
Nice
And
tip.
Janice Leo getting involved.
A little bit of a quiet game for Janice Leao, who, if I was a setter, I'll be throwing balls for her all night long. When she's on, she's on. Pretty fast, great hitter from the middle. Coach talking to her says a little bit low, that's why I tipped it.
Rockison goes to McNamara.
There you
Turned
go.
away by Tejada and Vach.
Nice block. Sienna Tejada, Savannah back. Yeah. Why do you do that? You give half a point to each? Savannah touched it, and then Sienna touched it then. Good teamwork.
Couple tough serves by the Hurricanes, but Jacksonville good on their part to set that offense up to Hines.
I know what's going to happen here tomorrow. There's going to be a lot of blocking for the outsides. They need to get it together. So much offense right now coming from the right side in volleyball.
And ace for Jacksonville.
Shank
And
pass
it's a
there by
one-point
Heredia.
match. And we talked about some of, the smack talk going back and forth, Ellen. The bench and the student section for Miami, they're now going at it a little bit.
Yeah.
Vach goes to Lopez. Dug out by Rockison. It's Erickson.
Out of bounds.
Too long.
That's a common mistake when you're trying to put the ball in and you just want to make sure it goes in, like you want to secure it. That moment you secure it, that's the moment in which you actually don't finish that rotation on your arm, and it ends up going out of bounds.
Rockison.
Oh, nice
Hines.
defense.
Reeve was right there.
Good block, Sienna.
It's Erickson. Moisio lays her body on the line. Lopez
No
just
touch.
outside.
Sharp angle there. Some very good defensive plays by both teams. Aaliyah Hines to serve. She has that unorthodox style of serving on one foot.
Goes to that back corner. She's going to go on that 1 foot hop.
It's 5 steps. Still effective though. Nice roll shot.
A miscommunication for Jacksonville and a point for the Hurricanes.
She jumped for the pipe, but then the right side was right next to her there, number 22, Maya Robinson. And at the end, she didn't know whether they want to collide or not, and they dropped it there.
Already at Cologne with 5 kills and 3 dings. Serves this one into the net.
Another service error. And I'm pretty sure, like, the players check sometimes these transmissions, so those Coach Keno, they've been hurrying up to serve. You have plenty of time to serve. Once they blow that whistle, then they start to count. In fact, after the whistle and the hand signal goes, then the counting starts. So you have time to actually prepare. You have to rush in for that.
4th service error of the night for Miami. Lopez.
What a swing.
Off the ceiling. And a kill for the freshman.
Still think the NCAA should come up with the international rule that whenever that ball hits the ceiling, I'm sorry, but play should be stopped. That's how everywhere else you play the game. It's a mishandle on defense, whether we like it or not.
Erickson off the block, kept alive, and a free ball for Jacksonville. Erickson again, and this time puts
Pushing
it down.
it in, yes. Not a great press there from Lopez or Leao. You see, they were a bit late. Yep.
There's a
No, that's the play
heck
before.
of a defensive effort by Miami, but the block on the second attempt, not strong enough.
Just 6 hecklers there, and they're doing a pretty good job. Miami loud.
Well, they like the serve coming from that corner.
Nice
Leao
hit.
gets them fired up again.
Yep. That's a great hit. No chance for a defense to get to it. Sharp angle from the middle.
Here comes the jump serve from Lopez. On the overpass, it's Leao.
This girl, like I said, she has plenty of experience. She's a baller. She's had great coaching. She has played and practiced at any point of her life with professional players. It's scary to think the moment she gets a bit stronger, she's going to be one of the best servers in the ACC. That's a fact.
McNamara.
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds, no touch. And the Hurricanes on a bit of a roll.
Last time we had a lefty that served like that, her name was Olga Stransali, who's playing overseas ever since, killing every league she plays in, doing a great job.
On a 12-8 advantage for Miami, a timeout for Jacksonville. And we'll step aside and be back. Hurricanes up 12-8 in this third set. Grace Lopez, the freshman, with the strong serve.
What a whip.
A whip on full display on the attack, and a kill for the freshman.
What a great serve. And this last play, even though it wasn't an ace, it still ended up on a free ball. It's money when she serves. And I jinxed her right there. That hand went across the body there, maybe too much. Lowers the angle, lowers the ball, and that's that. But still, if every time you go in there you get a couple of aces, it's worth it. There's some math to this, and I think that Coach Kennel lets them do whatever they want. You need to put up at least 7 out of 10 in if you wanna serve this way.
Vach on the sneak attack.
Somebody forgot that she was in the front row. By the way, we've been talking about Grace's serve. Let me tell you, this libero, number 20, she has one of the most wicked serves that I've seen in a very long time, Christina Nika. Sophomore libero, nasty, nasty serve.
Well,
Nice
Tester on the
there.
receive. And a tip in for Aaliyah Hines.
Sub coming in, number 22, Maya Robinson.
Both teams, we talked about it in the first match today, different set systems. Layout finishes it off, but here in the nightcap, both teams running a 5-1.
Yes, sir. We see there Janice layout there. She's in a different zone there. She's where the jets fly, way up there. I think that's a big mismatch that they should explode. Every time I get a good pass, yes, I will try to hit her. She's way over the other middle.
Hurricanes have extended their lead to 5. Rockeson goes
Oh, and
to
a net there.
McNamara,
Was it
but
on
a
the
net
hitter?
violation.
Yes, it was. It happened so fast, I didn't know whether it was the hitter or the blocker, but pretty obvious there. So the follow through there, yes.
Chance for Miami to take control of this third set and take the match.
Nice pass.
Rockeson to Hines on the slide.
Sienna couldn't read there. She was, floor was left on a one-on-one situation. Let me see what she did there. Yeah, she still drifted too much. What you want to do in a one-on-one situation, even though it's easy from here, obviously, is you actually jump inside and take away angle.
Tejada, a kill for Miami, and Sienna Tejada getting involved.
Sienna looks very hungry. I think that's great news for Coach Keno. She's been looking for that place. She wants to see where she belongs.
Rockeson to Hines. A chance for the Hurricanes. It's Tejada.
Nice
Finds
tip.
the hardwood.
I always find time to get something across parents and clubs and youth sports. Sienna Tejada was drafted here as an outside. They found that she can help them in the middle.
After Tejada's second straight kill, it's an 18-11 advantage for Miami.
It's not where I want to play. Or coach, where do you need me?
Rockeson goes to Erickson. And
Almost a nice
Erickson
dig.
ends the run for the Canes.
Milana Moisio has had awesome matches. I think this is the one that she's been maybe a little bit quiet, but the other one she has been superb. She almost had that defense there. She has played well enough to take over that libero position with some very tough competition from Rosado and Feliciano also.
Julia Desamp into the match. Tejada this time turned away at
She
the
got
net.
caught there on the one-on-one there.
It's Lyric Love with her 4th block tonight.
With this lead, you know what I will do if I get a good pass? I'll set her again. Try to get that rematch. Young setters, if you have the good hitters, give them a chance for the rematch.
5-point lead for Miami.
Tight set.
Lopez off the block.
Tomahawk
Kept
into the
alive
net.
by Jacksonville, but trouble.
Such a fast swing by Lopez. Girls are cleaning the court there. That zone is pretty dangerous. You don't want to make any sudden moves there.
Miami took set 1, 25-21, set 2, 26-24 in comeback fashion.
Second serve that Flor-Marie misses, trying to go for that short serve.
Sixth service error of the night for the Hurricanes.
They have served short pretty well at some moments. Sometimes I just think that the angle of the ball, they just want to pass it too flat to the net, and that gets you in trouble.
Rock goes to Grieve on the outside. Off the ceiling and a point for Miami.
For the ones that are watching, if it touches the ceiling and it stays on your side, it's playable. The moment that it touches the ceiling and it goes to the other side, it's out of bounds.
A sprint to 5 for Miami. Looking to close this out and finish off non-conference play on a high note, but another service error.
And I was talking about the DS situation there. Feliciano came in, a little bit of bad luck. Now Libero comes back in. When I'm coaching, I try to do some of the things that Coach Keno does. If the DS does well, I'll leave you inside. You miss the serve, I'll make you pay. And I put in the Libero just to make sure that you understand what your job is. Good pass by Lopez.
Leo on the quick touch.
And a high tip worked for her.
Well, you mentioned there might be some extra blocking tomorrow. There might be some extra serving as well.
Yes, well, that usually still, you need to work every single day. I think that it's the only thing that I've seen that the Canes need to work a little bit on. It's their blocking from the outsides.
Well, a strong serve from Grace Lopez and another ace for the freshman.
By the time we meet again here, hopefully, Josh, I think she's going to be there and among the leaders in aces, not only in the conference. I won't be surprised if in the nation.
She's got a match-high 3 so far. McNamara with the left-handed tip, and she went underneath.
Yes, she did. Great call. Grace has a whole bunch of things going for her. Like I said, she's a seasoned veteran from Puerto Rico at 17. She has a lot of volleyball. She has that great jumper, but to add to the difficulty, she's a lefty, and you get an angle that comes from 5 towards 5. And unless you actually are going to play Miami and you want to work at this, it's usually an angle you seldomly see. So that makes her even more dangerous.
23-15 in favor of the Canes.
I'm not going to praise her again. I swear I'm not going to praise her again. Every time I do, I jinx her. But that's part of it. When you risk that serve, it's part of it. She's getting 2 to 3 aces or 2 to 3 shank passes every time you serve. It's okay for me if you leave it in the net at this moment.
It's a good trade-off.
Yes. And a bad
ace
pass,
on the
that
other
one you were not
side.
expecting, yeah.
It's 2 very different serves.
She passes
from
really
Lopez
well.
and Nika.
Yeah, she passes really well. I've seen some times that when the ball hits her hand, she needs to see the grip. Sometimes her hands are falling apart. Maybe the way she holds her hands. I'm going to try to check that one out.
Nika tests that side again, and back-to-back aces for the Dolphins.
Nika has a nasty, nasty floater. And she puts a lot of flatness into it. Now they have the 3 passers they want to have, and they hide Lopez there, still serving to 1.
It's on the outside. Angie Grieve puts it home.
And talking about home, I think she wants to go home. She ran fast. She has that line tattooed, my friend.
Match point for the Hurricanes, up 24-18. Nika and a service ace for Miami to end it. A party in Coral Gables as the Hurricanes sweep Jacksonville 25-21, 26-24.